Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I am discussing GameStop once again, but this time it's not a Tales from Retail, but it is a tale about retail. And what do I mean? Because a lot of people have been emailing me, messaging me, tweeting at me, pretty much any social media way of contacting somebody I've gotten about this, and it's about the firing of Camelot 331 from his current job because GameStop actually called his HR. So, I mean, this has blown up just insanely. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, Clean Prince did a video about it. I mean, he's done a video about it now. He's blowing up in subs. It's just everywhere. People are contacting him. I mean, this is honestly, I feel like, a good thing for him. And we'll get to that by the end, but this whole situation, it's very stressful for him. I feel really bad. And we're going to discuss what happened, why it happened, and whether or not it's illegal or not. So let's discuss what happened. So Camelot 331 has done, or Cody, however you know him as, has done videos about working at GameStop and how he pretty much quit after 11 years because the district manager was verbally abusive. They were basically forced to force customers to buy things against their will. He had shady managers. He was basically told that even though he was a very high performing store, that he should just quit. And at first he fought it as any normal person would do, but over time, it just wore him down. It was a long commute. He couldn't handle it anymore. So he said, you know what, screw this. I'm done. I'm not taking this abuse anymore. So he quit and then immediately got a better job as I believe he said like a manager or district manager of a distribution company that distributes to Walmart. And we've talked about the people like that in the Tales from Retail videos in the past. And they basically go into a store and they just stock up from a third-party company. So he didn't talk about Walmart. He didn't talk bad about his company. He didn't talk bad about anything like that. But his spiteful district manager probably saw his video because his GameStop video randomly got recommended by YouTube just as my old Walmart video had, except his got to like 880,000 views. So it blew up. Somebody in his company and somebody in GameStop saw his video, recognized him, and called his HR for his current or his past job now. Said, hey, look, he's got a YouTube channel. God knows what else they said. And now he doesn't have that job anymore. So, the question a lot of people have is this legal? Is it okay? Well, it's not okay, it's not ethical in any stretch of the imagination, but is it illegal for either his district manager or some sort of executive to call up his current HR? And a lot of people are wondering, is this grounds to sue? And unfortunately, from what I saw online, as long as they didn't lie about him, as long as they didn't make up things, it's not libel. Because libel is illegal, and he could actually sue probably for million plus. I mean, damages. I mean, losing his job. Damage to reputation. All of that sort of thing. That's definitely a case. But if they just said, hey, look. If they just said, hey, look, this guy's got a YouTube channel. He talked bad about his previous job. What if he talks bad about you guys? Now that's unfortunately not illegal. Do I feel like it should be? Yes. I don't think a previous employer of almost 2 years ago now should be able to call up your current one. That's ridiculous to me. Even if it's only been a year, it doesn't matter. Once he gets that new job, once the references have been called and all of that, it should be done. You shouldn't be able to have your past employer have a vendetta against you just because they've spoken out against them. I mean, there should be some sort of law that protects you. Now, there is that sort of law when it comes to the federal government. It's called the Whistleblower Protection Act, but that doesn't apply to retail or just a corporation. Unless, of course, it's they're doing illegal activity. And I mean, you could kind of see it as him outing GameStop, because it actually does sound like they were committing some illegal, they were doing some illegal activities. They were committing some fraud. Not only were they sneaking things into transactions, but he also got some insider information about them and used games and lying about profits and stuff like that. And that is very illegal. But I don't know if that's covered under the Whistleblower Protection Act, because all I saw was federal government type stuff listed. Maybe I missed the corporate part, but I don't know that he's covered. That being said, insane. It's insane that this happened, and a lot of people are wondering, am I at risk? Well, I mean, of course. As soon as I started doing this, I kind of put myself at risk. And a lot of people could view that as stupid, but I also did take some precautions. I don't use my real first and last name here. Most people don't know it. Sometimes we've said it in the podcast. I'm sure somebody will comment my real name. Please don't do that. I do that for my protection for that very reason. But, I mean, I've been doing this for over 2 years now. And I've been with my company for quite a while. And you know what? Some of the people I work with already know about this YouTube channel, and they don't care. I mean, it's whatever. It's GameStop. They could care less. It's Walmart. They could care less. I haven't made any videos about my current employment. I haven't even discussed my current employment. I've left out a lot of different details for this very reason. Because, I mean, and another thing is like I said, Camelot had enemies within GameStop. His district manager, his old manager, these were people that went out of their way to kind of go after him. So I didn't have anybody like that at GameStop. I don't have any people that have ill will towards me at all. My district manager, once our GameStop shut down, offered me another management position somewhere else. My old manager, I think he's a manager somewhere else now. He didn't have a problem. None of my assistant managers had a problem with me. So I didn't have as bad of experience at GameStop as he did. My managers did not force me to, put power-up rewards cards into people's transactions without them knowing. His did. His district manager encouraged unethical and questionably legal behavior. And because they had that sort of mindset, that's why they're going after him. My manager would never have said, put a power-up rewards card on somebody who doesn't speak English. That's their tax. That never happened. That's terrible. I had decent managers for the most part. They would never suggest something like that. Sure, some of them were assholes, but none of them were as unethical and, like I said, questionably legal as his. So I don't believe I really have anything to worry about. So you don't have to worry. I'm sure all the haters are a little bit upset about that, but as far as I know, I don't have to worry about this happening. I left on good terms. Well, if they saw the videos now, maybe it wouldn't be as such good terms, though I do have one of my friends is a manager at GameStop, and he knows about the channel. He doesn't care. He just laughs it off. But yeah, I don't think I have anything to worry about, and I unfortunately don't think he has a legal case against GameStop. That being said, it's almost a good thing for him. I don't know how much he was making at that district manager job, but I mean, that sucks. That honestly sucks. But he's gotten so much attention. He has blown up on YouTube. It's absurd. I have not seen somebody skyrocket that fast in a very long time. I mean, he went from barely any subscribers to 40,000 subscribers in 2 or 3 months. So he's doing just fine. I mean, he's having a blast on YouTube. I'm talking to him. He seems to be having a lot of fun. He's looking to make this as his main career. And he's just a likable person. So I don't think he'll have a problem here on YouTube. And he's already getting the audience. I mean, insanely quick. And his audience is dedicated. He's got a lot of people that are rooting for him. I think he's going to be fine. Now, it does suck, like I said, that he lost his job. But I mean, he's got people that have 4 million subs that want to hang out with him, that want to do collabs. I mean, I think he's going to be fine. I think we're going to see him be at Clean Prince levels pretty. I mean, he's got a video from Clean Prince about the channel. So I mean, he's got all these different sources that are just going to boost him to, I don't know, maybe to the point of where he's making almost as much as he'd made at that job, but he won't have to drive to it anymore. He won't have to worry about any of that sort of stuff. The only issue is a lot of people think that you make a fortune here on YouTube, and really, that's not the case at all. I could not even come close to living off of what I make on YouTube. What I make on YouTube basically supports YouTube. It supports, buying equipment. It supports just getting extra stuff that you think you need. And it does help a little bit in bills. And that's about it. So it will take a bit for him to get anywhere near close to what he was making before. But I feel like if he budgets well and he does keep this insane momentum, he'll be just fine. And I wish him the best. I've been talking to him. He's a cool guy. He joins my streams. I join his. And I can't believe that somebody's that petty, somebody's that immature, somebody's that pathetic, that they have gone out of their way to make this man lose his job. It just baffles me. And I did worry about that happening to me, but that was a long time ago that I worried about that. This happening to him, I was shocked because, like I said, I've been doing this for years and I did not have a single issue. I mean, I kept it under wraps for a while, but then I told a couple coworkers and they're like, who cares? Just keep making the videos. I mean, they're doing well. People enjoy them. Keep doing it. And, unfortunately, because his was also related to retail, I think that's what got him. I think it's because it's so closely related. And if you want to hear about his Walmart stuff, he goes into how bad Walmart is. But, I mean, you guys have heard a lot from me about Walmart. Walmart is the shit show that never ends. And I feel like we'll always continue to, unfortunately, be that way. Oh, man. I don't think I've heard of another store doing this to somebody. I have not heard this happening. He actually has local news people contacting him too. I forgot to mention that. That's crazy. If the news is contacting him, honestly, he might have something. I don't know corporate law, but if he does somehow get some sort of case against GameStop, they're going to have to settle it before it gets even bigger. He's already had hundreds of thousands of people hear this story, and GameStop is already going into bankruptcy. GameStop already needs all of the, they need their image cleaned. They really do, because they're already hated by almost everybody that plays video games. So to have the community also hear about somebody losing their job because of the company, just because they spoke out against the bad things that they're doing and the unethical and, like I said, questionably unlawful behaviors. And I think that's going to spark something even worse. So if they want this to end, I feel like they may have to settle with him. I don't know. It really depends on how much this spreads, and I would love for it to spread like wildfire. It'd be really interesting to see. Because, God, I don't know. His GameStop made my GameStop sound like Disneyland. Anyway, so that's the whole situation. Don't worry about me. And I think he'll be fine as well. Go check out his channel, Camelot331. Wow, his GameStop was just awful. I mean, so awful that it still affected him even when he left. That's just crazy to me. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Comment down below. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys. For those of you wondering what I'm drinking, it is Dogfish Head Sea Quench Session Sour. It's delicious. It's really good. It's like, kind of tastes like a margarita with a salt rim. It's pretty good. I really enjoy it. Margarita's got a lot more of that tequila bite to it, though, and I'm not a huge fan of tequila, so this is like a more mild one. Plus, it's only like 4.5%, so you can drink a bunch of these and be just fine. I'm not my normal loopy self after one. I can drink one and be a fully functional adult.